All right, folks, welcome back. Okay, got an interesting one for you today. I want to get you guys all up to date on Grizzly Gear, right? Now, for those of you that don't know, Grizzly Gear is a brand that I launched about a month and a half ago. And the whole reason I launched this was just to generate a consistent, I suppose, revenue stream, but more importantly, profit stream for the business, right? So new products that I can just order in very, very quickly from the UK. So based in the UK, get them sent into Amazon, get them selling, and just very quickly rinse and repeat. And, high volume, low margin. So maybe, 1, 2, 3, £4 profit and just repeat. And that was kind of the objective of it. Now, the way I identified these products was I found products selling in the marketplace that had high volume, so 3, 4, 5, 600 units a month, but they had very poor listings or very poor branding, right? And I looked at that and I thought, do you know what, I can actually do that a little bit better. And that's exactly what we did. Now, this project, I suppose, has been ongoing for a little while, because it took a little bit of time to get the branding done, to get everything finalized with the supplier, to get the first shipment created the way we want and exactly the way we want and packaged the way we want. But there was a problem with that, but I'll fill you in a minute, and get it all sent into Amazon. So the first order always takes a little bit of time. This one was no different. It took a little bit longer, but now that we're in the, I suppose, the flow of it, it only takes maybe between telling the supplier we want more and us actually having more ready to go to Amazon, it's about 3 or 4 days. So it can go from, for example, if I ordered on Monday, the goods could be actually already in Amazon by the next Monday, and that's start to finish. So, really, really positive that way compared to China or anywhere outside the country where it can take, 2 to 3 months from, beginning the manufacture to actually getting the goods. But saying that, there's some goods you just cannot get in the UK or get made in the UK or made in literally any country, right? Like, for example, you can't get a lot of stuff made in the US, right? That's why it's very hard to bring manufacturing back when it's not there and the skills are not there and the machines are not there. But there's certain things like what we're doing here with the Grizzly Gear silicone grease that we can get done locally, and we will get done locally. Whereas there's other things, as I said, like, for example, the Apex Series goggles, like, we're not able to get them made here local. There's just not a chance, right? There's just no point even thinking about it, right? Anyways, let me show you, first of all, the branding, right? Because this is a really important part of why I think this product has done so well. And I want you to look at this branding and I want you to think about, well, hold on a minute, can I do the same for my product, right? So let me just turn around here. I'm actually down in a hotel at the moment, just a few days away. So there, look at that, right? Isn't that absolutely epic, right? That branding, my friend, is for grease, right? Like silicone grease. I've never used silicone grease, but I look at that product and I'm like, oh, I nearly want to buy it, right? Now let me just look up silicone grease on Amazon. Right. Okay. So what do you see here, right? There's mine, sponsored. There's it again on the second row, sponsored. And these are competing items, right? Straight away, your eyes are drawn to these ones, right? And there's no surprise to that. I picked those colors because they're bright. They stand out, like, look, red, yellow, black. They're very bright. They pop, right? Kind of like YouTube videos. That's the way I kind of thought. And I do need to work on my YouTube thumbnails, but that was the idea behind it, right? Whereas the other ones are just so plain. So I figured if people were faced with a choice which one to buy, they'd be drawn towards mine, right? Now, we started off at 14, I think it was $14.99. We got to $18.99 and we had to lower the price because $18.99 just didn't work pricing wise. The sales literally stopped. So we're back to $17.99 and we're recovering. We've had 5 sales today so far, and we'll probably get up to 8 or 10 consistent sales, right? Whereas at $18.99, the sales completely stopped, right? But this is a lovely product. This will sell consistently. It says it's done 100 plus in the past month, but it's actually done it's done a whole lot more. So You know, I'd say it'd be 250. You know, we might get that by the end, which is really, really good. And actually, it's funny, we can actually probably launch that product in other markets as well, because the branding will stand out. We probably won't be able to use the UK supplier, but we can find a different supplier that can do the exact same thing. So that was the silicone grease, right? And we have other sides of grease that we might go with, and we're getting pricing on other stuff. So we're trying to figure out how to, you know, can we launch more products using the similar template as Grizzly Gear silicone grease, and launch more, you know, different types of greases, different types of oils using the same template, which, as I said, like, it has worked really well because it's drawn the eye. But some of the numbers just don't work for us, and maybe that's because the company we're buying off has to make their margin, whereas maybe if they were selling directly on Amazon, they'd be able to make the numbers work. I don't know, right? But either way, we're able to make the 500 work, and we're able to sell at a higher price too than the competition. Don't know any of the other ones at the top 500. No, they're not. We're the only. Oh, there's one that's 500, and it's the same price, $17.99. We're selling over 200. They're selling 40. So it gives you an idea. Branding matters, right? That one there, 40. This one here, like literally, as I said, over 200, right? So that's that. Now, along with that product, I also sent in some treadmill oil. And let me just show you the market very quickly. That unfortunately hasn't worked for us so far, and not because there's anything wrong with the product, but rather because the cartons didn't work out, right? And the supplier was like, I've been using these cartons for years. We've never had any trouble. With Amazon, the entire shipment was basically destroyed. Like, it leaked everywhere, oil everywhere, damaged other products in the fulfillment center, damaged other products in the carton, and it was just a pure mess, right? So we're just waiting for all that to come back from Amazon to repackage it into the proper containers that won't leak, and then we're going to send it back out again. Hopefully it'll work well for us, right? Let me just show you our competition in the treadmill oil market, which we're actually using the same. What can I show you as well? I might be able to pull up our listing for treadmill oil. We might have to change the barcode, because this one is got some negative reviews from the basically leaking, which we won't want, because we'll have that address, so that'll just hold us back if we left it there. So we'll make some changes and launch the listing again, and people will be happy, because people are happy with the product, right? Anyway, this is the treadmill oil search results, and you can see there, like, plain, right? They're all plain. 1,000 plus, 200 plus, 10 not really right, 200 plus, 50. Anyone else? 100, 300. So yeah, like, literally, like, there's a lot of sales there, but very, very plain colors, very, very neutral. Nothing really pops, right? Whereas, let me just show you this. This is our listing, right? And when we had this live before it was shut down because of all the problems with the carton, and we actually were starting to get sales. So I think it holds true, right? That's our listing, right? Look at that. Look at that creative. Like, isn't that epic, right? Like, I don't own a treadmill, but I want that bottle. It's so cool looking, right? That Grizzly Gear, right? So cool. We've actually trademarked it. So oh, epic! It's epic. It's epic. So literally, we're going to be sending that back in, and hopefully we'll get sales going again. We've actually made some improvements. We're giving a longer pipette stuff, so it's actually going to be a better product overall for the customer. So that, my friends, is really, really exciting. But what you can take from this is, if you're launching a product, first, like, branding is so important. Do branding like Grizzly Gear, branding like that. Like, that's so important, right? Like, I even want that on a hoodie, like, it's that good, right? Or a hat. But likewise, look at your competition. If your competition is doing good sales numbers, but they look boring, your branding is going to even help you pop even more. And that's it. Like, even products that are well established, if you come in with good branding and create a perceived better offer, or a better offer, or just make people feel better about buying your product, like with this branding, they will buy it. Just once your margins work. And it's just like, you either make big margin on product, so like, say Apex, like you make 30, 40, 50 quid or more, or you make small margin but you have high volume, right? The win-win would be, like, you know, big margin, big volume. That would be epic, but that doesn't always happen. But yeah, that's where Grizzly Gear is. So I just wanted to update you guys. But it is going well. Our numbers, do I have it here? I'll just give you the exact numbers for the past month or so. Last month 1376, this month 3285 sterling, and that's on the silicone grease. So that's from a standing start. So yeah, pretty chuffed. And like I said, the margin was small enough at 15 quid, but we've been slowly increasing it and we've been decreasing PPC. So we're trying to get to a sweet spot where we're making, a nice sum of money per day. And there's different things we can do to improve that. But like, we're confident it'll be a couple of £100, maybe £1,000 a month product by the end of it, by the time we're finished.